Well, hello and good afternoon to everybody. I have another neat video of a completed model. This one is a Cobi M1A2 Abrams. Nice little tank. In service from 1980 to the present. General Dynamics Land Systems, current manufacturer of it. It has a 120 millimeter Rheinmetall Borsig cannon license built and produces the M256. One 12.7 millimeter 50 caliber Browning machine gun in the commander's part. Two 7.62308 machine guns are called the M240. One of them up top, one of them coaxial, I believe, with the 120 millimeter gun. This tank has a range of 265 miles, a crew of 4, and is capable of a road speed of 42 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for a tank. Let me show you the. Like I do all my models that I build, especially the Cobis. And this was a very nice, very fun build. Once again, everybody that follows my videos, if you were to buy Cobis for the first time, always review this. It shows you all the numbers of parts that you need. I had one issue with this one. It needed a 6-point bar going across. I mean, 6 little connector spots, so I only had a 5-bar one. I'm like, oh my God, and I'm going to have to order from Cobi and wait for them to come from Europe because you had one extra of the 5 and one less of the 6. Thank God I was able to go into my collection, so you should always save your spares, and I found a tan single part I was able to put in, completing the process and not having to order anything from Europe. Not their fault, that kind of happens and stuff, but here is the finished tank. It is a very good tank. Now I made some other notes to give a little more information on this tank. It was initially done up by Chrysler. Chrysler was making tanks in World War II, and they continued after the war. Chrysler came up with the turbine, the gas turbine engine that powers this thing, and also the drive system, and they were diligent about it. General Motors tried to come up with a version, but this is the one that was produced. Now, this tank is based off the West German and American MBT-70 tank, which was started in the 1970s. Chrysler Defense was involved with it, and what happened was too expensive, too crazy. It had some goofy things about it, but it had a lot of great things. Most of the shape of the tank and the way the turret basically housed everybody in it. Features of this tank. That rolls and the turret rotates nicely. I'm going to put it down so I can show you the gas turbine engine. I thought initially it was like a Lycoming engine, which I don't think it didn't. Actually, it's not. It's a Chrysler design, but it's a good engine. It's been proven and been used now since the 1980s in this thing. Excuse me for a second, and I will show you what I got here with that. There's the engine bay, and there's the gas turbine. Kind of a sophisticated system, but it's been perfected and actually works pretty good now. But that's what the Abrams has as far as a power plant. Give me a second to put that back together. So one thing I learned with this, take them apart, fine, and this is what we have there. And make sure you can put them back together fine so you can continue to use them as both display and whatever else you want. If you want to mess around with it and just drive it around and stuff. But there we go. The thing that's great about this tank, everybody's basically situated in the turret, with the exception of the driver. This has blowout panels, so if the ammo gets hit, it blows out and it doesn't hurt the crew inside. Let me see if I could take this back off and give you a little view. Basically, the ammo's stored in a rack kind of a thing. And what will happen is if something hits it, it'll blow out away from the 4 men in the tank so as not getting them killed. The crew consists of a commander, a loader, a driver, and I don't know what the fourth person is because the new versions of this are going to be three: commander, driver, loader, gunner, whatever. The fourth person is a gunner. So you have a gunner and you have a dedicated loader with a gunner, and then you have the commander who commands the tank, which you'll see sitting up there, and then the driver who sits down there. Basically, this tank is made to kill other tanks. It does have other ammo that can be used for like infantry support, but the role of the Abrams is to engage, find, and kill other tanks, and it does it very well. It's been proven in 2 wars in the desert. Other countries use it. And what makes it such a strong vehicle is because of a few things. I'm going to go over them here. One is its immense firepower of the 120 millimeter Rheinmetall Borsig gun, which is, like I said, is made under license here. It's advanced composite armor. It's called Choblum. Now, where I live up in Illinois, I've been to a place called Katini, and it's the 1st Infantry Division, and they have an Abrams out there. And I went and looked at it. I didn't want to go scraping on it, but it is steel. But what I heard what Choblum is, it's steel with composites sandwiched between steel, and that's what makes it kind of impervious to getting a lot of hits. It really toughens his tank up. Like the turret itself is like how many feet of armor, but it's thick. It's a very thick and very purposeful design front of the tank nose to keep the crew safe. And basically, the whole thing behind this is crew ergonomics, crew safety, and the ability to survive and fight again if something were to happen to the tank. It has NBC protection, nuclear, biological, chemicals, so it can go out there and bear itself and fight really well. What else does this baby have? It has a sophisticated digital system that can be modified and changed and updated and upgraded. The gas turbine engine, the ATG 1500, is a good solid engine. Puts out 1500 horsepower. And the biggest thing I think of this tank has is called SEP, System Enhancement Package. So basically, the shell of this tank could be upgraded. The insides, the electronics, the computers, the fire control systems, the survival systems, everything. And it's very easy to do. And they could go ahead and mass produce them as needed. They have different variants of this tank, and that would go by the different countries that use this. Now, here's just a list. Besides us, the United States, Australia, Egypt, Iraq, Kuwait, Morocco, Poland, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Taiwan, Ukraine, and in the future, Romania. Then each one of these users have different variants. Basically, what it is like you go and you buy a car and you put different options. The ability to put optimizations that affect you more as far as what you're doing are really good with this tank. And that's kind of a nice thing to have because it'll be there to perform the way you want it to perform in the environment that you're going to have it in. So I look at this tank being around for a long time. The new version of it is totally crazy. It's got like a hybrid drive system in it. It is a 3-man. There's nobody in the turret, and it's just very sophisticated and it's totally different from this variant of the tank, which I'm showing you right here, right now. But this is the one that if you identify and see this tank, this is what you will see of this baby here going across in Desert Storm and in other places where the United States is and needs armor projection. This baby would be out there and you would see it. You'd see what it could do. And basically that's all I have as far as little information about it. Any other things I could see here? No. The best thing of this tank was because Chrysler was so dedicated to making it, and then General Dynamics basically inherited a really good program as far as armor production and armor usage that can extend a long time. Like I said, Chrysler had experience. You might make jokes of them now as far as cars and stuff, but basically Chrysler was very important because of their tank building, their armor stuff. So there you have it. The M1A2 Abrams, currently used by the United States and all the countries that I mentioned. I'll give you one more good close look without me yapping. hold this up nice so it doesn't fall out of my hands. That would be a disaster. But be a little careful with it there. And this is what you got. And if you're like serving in the military and have been involved, want to make comments, I did something wrong as far as what I was saying, because I'm just giving a basic brief description. I'm not going into total history of it. I can if you want. I went and did some research for this. There's tons of information. And because it's a current vehicle that the Army's using, I mean, it's there to be found. But that's about it then for this. I have a Shenyang J15 Flying Shark that I just opened up, the one I talked about. I'm going to build that. I have some cars, a 79 Trans Am and a 68 Mustang I got off a team. I'm going to put those together and see what we can get with those. And one of the individuals that watch my videos, sorry I didn't mention the name now because I want to get this video out, would like to see a World War II aircraft video. And I'm going to do that because there's nothing to build. It's just basically picking some planes. And it'll either be in the, I don't know, European, North African sector or in the Pacific. I may do two videos. Mostly, everybody always looks at and sees like German, British, American. Well, I got two planes that are pretty close in abilities, and both of these planes, I mean, would have met and battled in North Africa. So we'll keep it for that, and I'll come up with some stuff, and I'll do a video on that tomorrow, and then I'll put that one up. Otherwise, anything else anybody wants up, just kind of let me know. I'm going to put a few other videos up too, so there'll be a bunch of them coming in succession, and won't be just this little lull in between, and I will add those. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and I am working on another one, and it'll be out very quickly. Thank you again, and have a nice day.